G'day and welcome to Drop Bear Moto. My name's Richard. This was a tricky video to make and I wasn't sure I was going to put it out. Yes, it's definitely about the Lloydz cams for the Indian Challenger for the Powerplus motor, but I didn't put the cams in myself, so it's not a how-to video. I also don't have any dyno sheets to sit here and talk through numbers and gains and exactly what I got out of them, which a lot of reviews do. Really all you're going to see is me pick it up, take it for a ride and hopefully go, whoa, that's fast, man. But what I thought might be helpful is if I just talk a little bit about my decision process. This took me a long time to decide what to do around Lloydz cams, factory cams, big bore kits, 112 upgrade, tons of choices. So I just sort of put together a little bit of a video about my thought process, research I did, tell you why I made the decision I did, and just tell you what I think of the cams since I've put them in. So if you think that's of value, check this out. I've been thinking about for some time throwing a big bore kit or a cam into this one, and to be honest, I procrastinated around the Lloydz cam versus the Indian factory cam and whether to do the 112 big bore kit. So this will be an interesting one for me, just to ride a bike with that already in there and what we can build on it from there. So I'm not sure whether I want to trade up and get a new 112 or whether to keep building this one out the way I want it. It's one of my decisions, and that's why I'm excited about today to go get a look at this thing. 108 versus 112, yeah, there's a difference for sure. Absolutely, I definitely felt that. Particularly in the higher RPMs, I was feeling it. It just feels more throaty. It feels like there's more boost behind you than what I had before. So yeah, I definitely loved the 112, thought it was worth it. Would I trade the big cost of probably trading a 2020 for a 2025? I don't know. All of the mods I've got on my bike, I wouldn't want to go through them again. So for me, I'm not going to probably trade in at this point. So that footage was me talking when I went down to first test ride the 112 Powerplus motor. As I mentioned in the opening, I'd been wondering whether to upgrade this bike, it's 2020, to a 112. At the end of that video, as you heard, I decided that with all the mods I've done this bike, the performance gains just weren't enough to get there for me. So I decided to stick with this bike. Choice then was, do I put Indian cams in it, the factory cams? Do I put Lloydz cams in it? Do I do a big bore kit and Lloydz cams, or a big bore kit and the factory cams? Lots of kind of options. It was pretty hard. And the reason I went around in circles on this and probably took an extra year to make a decision, all in all, until the 112 came out, is it's a lot of money. To do these cams, you have to drop the engine out of the motorcycle the way that the Challenger frame's designed. So you're going to be up for $4,000 plus. I think I come in just about under just about $4,500 all up, including the new tune. So it's a lot of money. It's a big job. It's a big decision, and I didn't want to do something that I was going to regret and waste all that money. So let me talk you through kind of the decision process, I guess, of why I picked the Lloydz cams, why I went this way. And look, the piece I'd say is the first thing I kind of ruled out was the big bore kit. So as you heard in the video, I drove the 112, rode the 112. It certainly had more, and I know in that motor too, obviously they've changed the mapping as well on the bike. So it definitely had a little bit more. Obviously the ultimate would be to do a 112 big bore kit, put some Lloydz cams in. I opted not to do the 112. Now this is probably a bit unfair. I mean, look, obviously extra expense. And I wasn't looking for bragging rights, maximum horsepower, maximum torque. I know that would be the way to go if that's what you wanted to achieve. I really just wanted, we do a lot of touring, and I just wanted that top end. I felt that the 108 with the Lloydz tune I had with a 2-into-1, it just kind of flattened off in the upper rev ranges for me. It just didn't keep pulling all the way through to the red line. So I was always downshifting probably 2 gears. If I'm on a freeway wanting to overtake, it really was top end, right? There's a horsepower I was chasing, but I wasn't chasing the ultimate. I just wanted that little bit more to hit that need. And so that's why I ruled out the 112. Definitely want to do the cams. I'd ridden the Indian factory cams in a motorcycle. It didn't have a 2-into-1, so it's probably not as free-flowing as it would have liked. It had a Lloydz tune on it. And again, it gave me that little bit more, but not really what I was looking for. I wanted a little bit more than that. So that's why I kind of went, okay, it's not the Indian factory cams. I don't want to go all the way to a big bore in this one. I didn't want to upgrade. So I decided on the Lloydz cams. So you do have a couple of choices when it comes to Lloydz cams. There's the 530, which I have in this motorcycle. There's a 540, and then I can't remember the other one, whether it's logically 550, maybe 560. So the top one is basically the race-only cam. So that I ruled that out, street use. I wanted rideability, as I mentioned, not pure. I wasn't looking for an out-and-out performance machine to meet that touring need. The 540 really is geared for the 112 big bore kit. So that's why I went the 530 option. So everything we're going to talk about today is the 530 cam. The Lloydz cams also come with a new billet intake manifold to get best performance, and that's one of the ways they achieve the gains they have. So it's a nice feature you don't get with the standard factory cams, but with the Lloydz cams you do get that intake as well. A couple of other things I like about Lloydz products. They are backed by Lloydz, who really reputable shop. I've run their tunes on all of our Indians bikes. I haven't compared anyone else, so I'm not disparaging anyone else. But I really think they go for reliable gains and rideability too. I mean, when I have gotten a dyno off any of my bikes, the curve's just been super smooth and rideable, no flat spots. And I've seen Lloyd get in and back people if they've had issues with the factory. A lot of the dealerships do Lloyd's performance, right? They're tied in and they support the dealers support them. So it works very closely with the factory. So I know they're well backed. I know they're a US company, they're US made. They've been around for a very, very long time. So I'm a big fan of Lloyd's personally, and I paid full price for these cams, as you'd expect. No support there. I just really like the Lloyd's product and the company and what they do. There was a little bit of controversy when these cams first came out. I think a couple of people were getting them and not seeing the gains they wanted over the factory cams, upgraded cams, I should say, or stage 2. One of the things that Lloyd came out at the time and said is you really got to run a 2-in-1, right? He designed his for high horsepower. I do run the S&S 2-in-1 qualifier. Previously had the Sawicki 2-in-1, the Lloyd's Garage Sawicki actually. There's a whole video on why I changed out from that, but obviously got a good 2-into-1 exhaust. Also, I'm running the K&N air filter, which is the other requirement. You're either running the S&S or the K&N air filter, and that's the frame-mounted filter that you need to be running. So got a stage 1 on here as well, but certainly had the prerequisites to get the maximum gains. And they talk about a 30 horsepower gain. That's about, I think, a 20 to 25% increase. Over the standard cams. It's also a 10 to 15% increase with that sort of configuration over the Indian stage 2 cams, which, as I said, I had test ridden a bike with them on. The other important factor here, actually, when I did the 112 video, a few people got in and gave me some comments and some feedback, and everyone that had done the Lloyd's cams was really happy with them, thought they're a great investment. That was great endorsement for me to hear that. And it's where I really appreciate the comments on these videos. I learn a lot. Hopefully you learn something from the videos, but the community is what this is all about. This is big money we spend on these bikes, so we want to get it right. And I really appreciate everyone's input that, hey, do the Lloyd's cams, get the tune, and you're good to go. That was definitely the case. So had made the decision. So I went to the Seminole County Indian dealership, which is in Sanford. Ironically, the tech that fitted my cams, top guy, really good bloke. He's actually the president of the IMRG up at Daytona as well. So he knows his stuff. Big motorcycle fan as well, obviously, as you can imagine. Big Ducati fan, does a lot of the performance work there in Sanford. So stoked to have Ron put the cams in for me. So dropped off there, and also as they're a Lloyd's tuning shop, they did do the tune for me there as well. So dropped it in, got the cams fitted, got the tune redone, so was ready to walk out of there, which is a great option for me. That was a decision made on what to do and where. And the other piece I just mentioned is that I think the Lloyd's cams worked out about $600 more than if I was putting the standard Indian cams in. Again, I think with those I'd get a tune. So I still had to pay extra for the Lloyd's tune on top, which with the Indian cams you do get the factory tune. The Lloyd's tune I'd probably have gone with anyway because it, as I say, absolutely wakes the bike up compared to just a standard sort of stage 1 tune that was on the bike when I first got it. So I probably would have spent that anyway, but you've got to factor in that, yeah, about $600 more price of a tune. Honestly, when it's like 10 hours worth of labor, they're dropping that motor out, another $600 was like, you're in it. It really wasn't a deciding factor, but something to bear in mind. So let's check out a little bit of footage of the day that I did actually go and pick them up. Then let's go take it for a first run and see my first reactions. Okay, we are here at Indian Sanford. As you can see, the Challenger. Not a lot to see with a set of cams, but is looking awesome sitting out there though. So first rip on the Lloydz cams in the Challenger. So see how we go. Holy shit. So that was just a quick strap up and down the block to see, but man, straight away you can tell the power coming off of that thing is phenomenal. So we're going to rip these things home in a minute. All those cams were well worth doing. Loving them. So enough of me sitting here in a sweltering hot 95-degree garage in the middle of the Florida heat and me waffle on to you. Let's go and ride the bike. Well, let's go and look at some footage of riding the bike, which is a little bit of a tricky part because really, again, what are you going to see? But I did get out. I found some footage actually with the original factory cams with my 2-in-1 setup. And I'd done a pull on the freeway. So we'll put the original cams and then we'll go and look at the comparison post with the Indian cams. So I do have a before and after of that piece anyway. So just to give you a little bit of a feel, you know, how this thing takes off. We're in 5th gear. And if I hit the throttle, you can see it takes off, and obviously I could drop a gear from there and go back to 4th, but when I'm on the freeway, and that's the bit that I miss with this motor I'd be looking to achieve from the 112 is really that sort of 3,000 and up kind of RPM. Just getting that real punch in the back horsepower is what I'm hoping to see in the 112. So you just saw a video of me accelerating before the cams from about 75 to about 95 in 5th gear. So let me just kind of get similar. Again, good example because we're at about 3,500 revs. So when I pull back on the throttle, you can just see it take off. There's the 95. I will just say though, like, it just keeps pulling. It just keeps pulling. It's so much stronger. I mean, it's not a scary punch in the back or stupid kind of horsepower or torque or anything like that. But it definitely gives you exactly what I was looking for, that just knowing you're on that throttle. I mean, again, as I said in the last video, you can't shift back to 4th, obviously, and if I do that, it'll be super explosive. Actually, let's kind of give you a comparison. 75, 4th gear, instant pickup, you know, pulls, just keeps pulling. Yeah, it's nice. Very nice, very nice. And then I've just got some general footage of just riding around, a little bit of commentary of me working with the cams. So now we're out for a spin with the new Lloydz cams. where I really think these cams come into their own is like 3,500 revs and up. Now, you know, you really just get explosive power. All the way to the red line, just keeps pulling. It wasn't that the motorcycle didn't have power before, it just sort of seemed to kind of hit its peak and kind of hover there, right? It dropped off maybe a little bit, but it wasn't building that power like it does now all the way to the red line. And I think that's the biggest difference. And the 112 certainly gave you a little bit more of that. The 108 with the Indian cams gave you a little bit more, but neither, you know, and I'm talking about the factory 112 obviously, neither gave you that sort of punch that you get from the Lloydz cams when I rode them both. So the bum dyno, what I was looking for in these cams is certainly achieved. I'm super happy with those results. 3.5 grand and up, that's what I was looking for. That is what I got, so very happy. Coming on the freeway here, 4th gear, just got that power, ready to go. Just continues to build. So give it a little run through the gears. So you can just see how much an improvement. Hopefully that translates to the camera, but it's a big improvement over stock, definitely. In my mind, it's a really noticeable improvement over, as I say, either the 112 stock or the 108 with the Indian cams. So look, hopefully you learned something out of that. Maybe it just endorsed something else you heard was another perspective, I guess. As I say, tricky kind of a video, but look, I thought it was worth sharing my learnings with you all on here. Verdict is, look, those cams, those Lloydz 530 cams, exactly what I was looking for. Just wanted, you know, that little bit more push to the red line. Wanted to make sure that as I'm out on the freeways, I was really able to, you know, just keep the power down and keep it pulling. You know my thoughts on the Challenger. It's a very powerful bike out of the box in the cruiser world. I've had a lot of fun on it to date. I've been running these cams now. It's taken me a while to put this video together, maybe 3 months. And I'm just having a ball with them. Every time I pull back on that throttle, big cheesy grin, you know, especially in that sort of 3,500 up range, it just keeps pulling. So it was well worth it. I'm really now locked into this bike though, because I think the first thing I'd have to do on any Challenger, whether it was a new 112, 108, is do the cams for me. I wish I had done it earlier. I should have bitten the bullet, should have listened to all your comments and gone out and done this. But super happy. Right decision in my mind, right decision for me. Hopefully this helped you. Look, if it did, hey, and you like content around Indians and Challengers, please subscribe to the channel if you're not already and keep an eye out for upcoming videos. And the other thing is drop your comments in the chat. Happy to answer any questions you've got. Give me any feedback if you notice something different about them or I got something wrong in this video. And lastly, I just say, hey, if you did sit there this long, please give the video a like. You know, it really helps the channel and helps other people find this video. So thanks very much for watching. Ride safe out there. Enjoy those Indian Challengers. And if you've got those cams, keep tearing it up, man. You're enjoying those that bike even more. I know I am.